show.
Welcome to the show. Final one of the week for us. Very exciting. Appreciate everybody spending a little bit of this Thanksgiving week with us. And today is a very special program because our own Jimmy Garcia turns 40 years old today. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, Hoch.
You don't look a day over 40.
Hey.
Crowder is trying to be here. He wants to celebrate Jimmy's birthday with us. If you were listening to the show yesterday, you knew that he flew up to Maryland. He thought to interview the mayor of Maryland, which, of course, there is no mayor of a state. It's the governor, Wes Moore. And he's traveling back to South Florida today. And they did the pivot this morning, and then he was flying back today, but obviously tough day to travel, and he's a little bit delayed. But happy birthday, Jimmy Garcia. Also, if you were listening to this entire show yesterday, in the final segment, I mentioned I'm on a little bit of a gambling heater. Been racking up some dubs. And in the final segment yesterday, I said I'm betting Tyrese Maxey under 32.5 points. I don't know anything about the Sixers and the Magic. I mean, other than what I think anybody who just kind of watches the games knows. And obviously, Tyrese Maxey, they don't make the number 32.5 out of thin air. There's obviously, he's averaging around 32 points a game.
34 to be exact, second highest points per game in the NBA.
Somebody puts on the chat, why is Hoch dressed like Timu wears Waldo? This is my Thanksgiving colors.
Yeah.
This is the one day of the year. I'm also wearing a shirt underneath it. Glad you asked, YouTube chatter. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
The shirt underneath it is my McDonald's Thanksgiving shirt. McDonald's 1980, I don't know. Thanksgiving breakfast shirt. I wore this. I was taping an episode, I'm doing this podcast with Stugotz, and I said I've got two shirts that I can wear the day before Thanksgiving. This one, my LL Bean, that's got earthy Thanksgiving colors, and the other one is my McDonald's T-shirt that has to do with Thanksgiving breakfast, and I wore that on the Stugotz pod.
Oh,
today.
Was it a hit? I'm sure it was a big hit with Stu.
Oh, I went into a whole thing about how I'm kind of like Darren Ravel, tracking down little knickknacks that no one else is interested in. And, listen to it. It drops this afternoon. Take a listen to it.
Oh, I can't wait.
You sound like you're being a little smart alecky with the Stugotz pod. I mean,
man, can't wait. Can't wait.
I can't.
Your Thanksgiving takes. Can't wait.
I mean, I sit here and I let you fawn all over FIU, and I do a podcast with Stugotz, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, can't wait, blah blah blah, can't wait. Okay, well, I can't wait to listen to your ESPN3 broadcast of FIU next time. Anyway, I said I'm betting the Tyrese Maxey under 32.5. And it's the lovely game that you wait for when you bet an under, which is a rest your starters in the fourth quarter kind of game. Orlando, because whatever unders you had, I can't imagine anybody on Orlando hit the over. Everyone's not playing in the fourth quarter because Orlando destroyed the Sixers. And so Tyrese Maxey ended with 20 points, but I can't imagine he played more than, 26, 27 minutes in the game. So hopefully you listened till the final minute of the show last night and you got the Tyrese Maxey under like I did. I've already put in a parlay for tomorrow. I have put in a parlay of the 3 games tomorrow. And again, I've been on a little bit of a heater. I have parlayed the Lions laying 2.5 against Green Bay, the Cowboys getting 3 from the Chiefs, and the Ravens laying 7 against the Bengals.
Wow. Even with Joe Burrow back in the game.
Yeah, that doesn't scare me too much because I imagine that it takes a little time. First of all, they weren't even I just think Baltimore right now is a better team than Cincinnati, and I think a touchdown on Thanksgiving is fair. I think I took all 3 home teams, if memory serves correct. Anyway, happy 40th, Jimmy Garcia. We will celebrate him all day long. Today happens to be perfect for a birthday, National Cake Day. And that's also perfect for this show because we have a cake segment. A frozen cake segment.
We do? Let's go.
I look forward to this day every year, podcast Smart Alec. I look forward to this day every year, National Cake Day. We will listen to Solana and his frozen cake escapades. Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Zach Gelb from the Infinity Sports Network is going to join us today. Josh Appel is going to join us today. He's going to be filling in for us for a couple hours on Friday. And you've got the college football playoff rankings that were released last night. You know, before we get into headlines, USA Today does a winners and losers from the rankings release every week. And Miami is listed as a winner after last night's release.
Really?
And what they write is, I don't know if you saw where they were ranked, but after winning a shootout against Kansas State, number 13 Utah dropped 1 spot and is likely boxed out of the Big 12 championship race because of losses to number 5 Texas Tech and number 11 Brigham Young. Miami rose 1 spot to number 12 and will remain ahead of the Utes in the penultimate rankings by putting together a solid win against number 22 Pitt. By the way, obviously that's easier said than done, which returned to the rankings after beating number 23 Georgia Tech last week. The Hurricanes have become the one at-large team most ready to pounce in case of one loss or a combination of losses by Oklahoma, Notre Dame, and Alabama. So after the rankings last night, USA Today is saying, hey, Miami, they're getting better positioned to get a playoff spot. We'll see what happens. Again, it all starts with them beating Pitt. There's no question. I don't think that's going to be easy, but it all starts with them beating Pitt on Saturday. And hopefully, as we were talking with Gino Toretta yesterday, they can do it by 50 points and really do it emphatically. So it's a huge victory with a lot of style points. So we'll talk about that today as well. We'll do headlines here to open the show, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
Yeah, Gino kind of scared me a little bit about this Pitt game. He talked about the quarterback, which looked really good. Really, he was impressed with how Pitt played on the game. He was on the call of a couple days before, so he scared me a little.
Yeah, I don't think, Pitt at the end of the season has never been an easy game for the University of Miami. I mean, the end of the season in general has never been an easy go of it for the University of Miami, but Pitt is not a cakewalk. And I think the Hurricanes are like 6.5 or 7-point favorites, which seems to be a lot, but man, they could really use an emphatic victory on Saturday afternoon.
You think it matters, though? Even if they go in, they win by 20-plus points. Let's say they dominate Pitt from start to finish. You think it really matters in the eyes of the committee at this point?
I believe that Notre Dame putting up a 70 burger on Syracuse mattered. And so I think if UM could go to Pitt and they want to make a case for themselves, I think if they can go to Pitt and put up a big shellacking against a ranked opponent, I think it goes a long way. Does it vault them eventually over Notre Dame? I don't know, but I know if they were to put up a ton of points and win that from whistle to whistle, that's going to serve them a lot better. We talked yesterday with Gino about recency bias. Final game of the season, and Miami's making this push that they should be being considered more than it seems like they are. So if you're going to make that push and there is recency bias, go out and hammer Pitt on the road and say, hey, all this talk that Notre Dame is better at the end of the season than we are. Did you see what we just did to Pitt on the road? A ranked opponent? Like, yeah, I think it would matter.
Well, that game is coming up on Saturday at noon in Pittsburgh. Canes at Pitt. Another game outside of the state of Florida, which apparently that also matters to everybody at the four-letter network. Tonight, Hawk, NBA Cup play. Come on, lock in with me. Final game of group play.
I'm in, baby.
If the Heat win and the Knicks lose tonight, the Miami Heat lock up East Group C. The Knicks still have 2 more games. They'll play today and they play Friday. 2 more group stage games. So we'll keep an eye on that. But even if the Knicks win tonight, a win for the Heat would go a long way because the best second place team also advances. Miami's point differential, which is what it comes down to, is better than anybody else currently in the Eastern Conference because of their 38-point win over your Chicago Bulls. So a win today against a Milwaukee Bucks team that's lost 5 straight. Giannis is questionable, would go a long way for the Heat.
Well, I want this NBA Cup thing more than anything that I've ever wanted in the world.
Let's go.
So I'm
Let's
with you.
go.
I'm
Let's
right
go,
with you.
Hawk. That's what I want to hear, baby. That is what I want to hear. I am all in on the NBA Cup. We might see, Giannis still questionable. We may see Tyler Hero, Norman Powell for the first time tonight. We all know Tyler Hero debuted on Monday. Norm has been upgraded to probable for tonight's game.
All right. Somebody texts in. I was watching FAU George Mason basketball game last night. George Mason is honoring Coach L December 13th for the 20th anniversary of their Final Four run. We should write that down.
December 14th?
Yeah. December 13th.
13th. Hawk, we got to find out later on in the show something else I wrote down, how Appel's feeling today, because I believe his USF football coach, Alex Golish, accepted a position to go coach the Razorbacks in Arkansas. He's headed to the SEC. He said deuces to Tampa, the fake South Florida team.
Gonzo.
Yeah. The Florida Panthers play tonight as well. Jimmy's going to be at the game.
A little birthday hockey action, Jimmy.
Let's go.
What do you got? You're wearing that Panthers T-shirt. You going to bring a sweatshirt or something?
Yeah. I'm going home, and then I'm gonna get my jersey.
All right.
Going home?
No. I'm just saying, I'm leaving at 5. Getting my jersey, and we're gonna go to the game because we're all meeting at my house.
So you're going to go all the way home? Or is your home closer to the stadium?
I don't think it is. I think it's
not.
A detour away from the stadium. All this because you forgot your jersey? Or
that
all
seems
this
like terrible planning, Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, why didn't you just bring your jersey and go to the stadium?
Because we're all meeting at my house.
No, we get that. That's the part I'm objecting to. Why would you meet at your house if you're already, why not just meet at the radio station?
Because we're not. Because that's how we planned it out.
I got you. What we're saying is that seems to be a faulty planning.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah, because
what are you not getting? Yes.
Jimmy, the point of letting you leave early today was so that you would make puck drop on time for your birthday. You're now, despite leaving early, you're going to get there later had you just stayed here till 6, going all the way to Miami Lakes and then going to the arena.
No, because we're meeting at 5:15 at my house.
Yeah, okay. Good luck getting there at 5:15.
You can get to your house in 15 minutes?
No, 5:15, 5:30. I can get there at 5:30.
But you don't see how this is bad planning?
Probably.
I don't think you do.
And by the way, Hawk, very quick to jump all over National Cake Day. There's a National Chocolate Cake Day, which is when this segment should be saved for. We've got a couple Jimmy segments in the can as well.
I was wondering if we did.
Oh, 100% we do. We've got Jimmy admitting he's the most flexible person on this show.
Oh, that's a good one.
And we have Jimmy not knowing, perfect time with the holidays, what a candy cane is as well.
What?
In our
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember Jimmy not knowing what part of the candy cane is the top and the bottom?
What?
I think this was either last holidays or the holidays before that.
So you thought what? The bottom stick was the top of the candy cane?
Yeah.
Huh. Fascinating. You're a fascinating individual.
I am.
So just throwing that out there, Hoch, if you want to detour a little bit at any
40.
point.
You're 40 today, Jimmy. That's unbelievable.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
So are we meeting at the Cheetah tonight after the game? What's happening? I mean,
we'll meet. We'll all get together. We'll meet at Epcot, and then we'll drive down to Cheetah.
We really should do an Epcot trip together as a show, but
why not? Why not meet at the radio station, Jimmy, and just bring your jersey?
I don't know. That's the way it was planned.
Huh. Fascinating. Interesting.
There were some, just to round out headlines here, there were some Dolphins notes. Everybody, according to Mike McDaniel on the active roster, practiced today or was going to practice when he spoke, and that has been confirmed by the media who were out there. Dolphins play the Saints. Don't forget, we're not going to be on the air next couple days. Dolphins play the Saints.
I was going to ask Appel when he comes on because, he did the Saints game last week.
That's got to be a tough a tough broadcast.
He said he's had some stinkers this year, but also he's got coming up in the next couple of weeks Green Bay, Chicago, which is an excellent game. Yeah, so he's got some good ones coming up. He said it'll make up for New Orleans, Atlanta.
Darren Waller, according to Fiones, was doing some light drills in his first practice back from IR. Austin Jackson, he writes, doing more and more, it seems. So everybody, in one way or another, that's on the active roster was practicing for the Miami Dolphins today. So as healthy as they've been coming off this bye week.
All right. It's all coming together.
Yes, sir. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is partly cloudy. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid to upper 70s. That's brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com.
Zach Gelb is going to join us next. It is that time of year. Opening day of championship meet at Gulfstream Park is tomorrow. Champions return to Gulfstream Park tomorrow for opening day of championship meet, where the world's greatest jockeys, trainers, and thoroughbreds compete for glory every Thursday through Sunday. So whether you're enjoying the races premium, trackside dining at 10 Palms, or you're enjoying the races in Silk Simulcast Room, or you're enjoying the races by standing front row on the apron, you'll feel the power, passion, and excitement of championship meet, and the weather is beautiful. I mean, Thanksgiving Day tomorrow at Gulfstream Park, or really a visit there anytime this weekend. I mean, Gulfstream Park offers the hottest slots and electronic table games. They combine the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing in one electrifying destination. And again, opening day, championship meet starts tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day. There is limited space, if any, at 10 Palms. You can elevate your Thanksgiving Day with a unique and thrilling experience in 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. You gather with your family and friends, watch an incredible day of live racing, enjoy some incredible food at 10 Palms. And then all this stuff is coming up at Gulfstream, and I'll keep you aware of it as the season goes on. But they've got the wall calendar giveaway Friday, December 5th. They're going to have a big New Year's Eve celebration at 10 Palms. You can make reservations now. And of course, the Pegasus World Cup will be there, and tickets are on sale now. You can get all those tickets and you can get all the info online at GulfstreamPark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Q fly pie and apple pan dowdy. That'll make your eyes pop out and your tummy say howdy.
Wagon models like the Atlas, Tiguan, and Taos. They have the perfect new Volkswagen for you in stock, ready for immediate delivery with competitive financing and flexible lease options. You'll get the best deal at Doral Volkswagen. Nobody sells for less. That is Doral Volkswagen. Let us all give thanks for Zach Gelb and his regular appearances on our show. And I remind you, before we talk football, the best place to get geared up with Canes merch for the holidays, Caneswear in Davie, or online at caneswear.com. Zach Gelb's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He hosts afternoons nationally on the Infinity Sports Network. He joins us from the WFAN studios in New York City, home for tomorrow's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Are you a Thanksgiving Day Parade kind of guy, Gelby? Have you ever gone to, as long as you've lived in New York, have you ever gone to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
No. Two things I will never do is I will never stand in line for New Year's Eve to see the ball drop in New York City. And then the Thanksgiving Day Parade. If I knew of someone that had an apartment on the route, I would maybe go and just see it. But in terms of running and dashing with the masses, I'm good on that. By the way,
really,
I have to just say something really special here out of the gate. Feliz cumpleaños, Jimmy. Feliz cumpleaños, Jimmy. 40 años.
Yep, I'm 40 already.
Oh, Dios míos.
Hey, what'd you say? Dios míos? Dios míos.
Thank you,
I just got back from Mexico, so I un
that's
poquito
right.
español. They were very impressed with some of the Spanish I was drinking.
How was Mexico?
Drinking and saying. Very good. Muy bien. Muy bien.
Yeah. So you wouldn't.
Muchas cervezas.
You wouldn't go see the.
Did you use the chela line that I gave you?
What was that?
I told you to hit up the bartender, Tom, dos chelas, por favor. A different way to say beer, but that's how they say it in Mexico, in Cancun specifically. And they would have thought you were a local at that point, Zach.
Gotcha. That is my mistake. Lo siento.
Well, look at you. You really did pick up some Espanol. How about that?
I took a little bit of Spanish in high school. So
I find it shocking to live in New York all your life and not at least go see the parade or the ball drop at least once. I think that's a whiff.
Do you want to stand in line like for the New Year ball drop? You have to stand in line for 10 hours. You can't get out of line to go to the bathroom.
I don't want to, but one of the pleasures of living in Florida, Disney World's right there. So you may say, oh, I'm not a big Disney guy, whatever. But it's kind of crazy if you're going to live in Florida and you're not at least going to go once, take advantage of, Florida residence days and whatever. Like to live in New York and be able to do something without having to travel and get a hotel room that people, would spend lots of money to do. To be able to do it just because you live there seems like a whiff on your part.
Okay, so two things. Number one, on why I never did it for Thanksgiving. My mom always loved watching it as a kid, but we would then go drive to Jersey on Thanksgiving morning. So my dad would be like, let's get out of the house as soon as possible once my mom saw enough of the parade, and we would make our way to Jersey. There was no way Bob Gelb was going to New York City on Thanksgiving morning. The dude hates traffic, and he has great road rage. So that's number one. Number two, New Year's Eve, I think, is New Year's is the most overrated holiday. I don't like back in the day, sure, I would go to the club, do all that stuff. But now I don't need to go out and have like a big grand old time. A little apartment party, little dinner, good with me. Anything else is just a joke, in my opinion.
I get you. I'm with you. New Year's Eve, whatever. It's no big deal. I'm just saying you live there. So it's kind of crazy not to go see the ball drop once.
Then you got to stand out in those frigid temperatures, too. It's a
You get the Planet Fitness glasses, though.
Here's the thing. But the tourists, I don't love tourists, if I'm just being honest. They always they look up, they run into you, they don't know how to move in and out of the subways. I don't need to sit in the cesspool of tourists, all right?
You spent 5 days in the zona hotelera, literally the tourist section of Cancun. Get out of here. You don't like tourists. And by the way, Hoch, we shouldn't be surprised that this guy's a total phony. Wouldn't even eat a real dirty water hot dog on the air
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah, you're a
total
New York
phony.
poser is what you are.
What job is Solana up for, by the way, where he's in such a nice shirt today? Usually
Yeah,
he's
no
dressed
one
like
knows
a
what's
bum.
going on there. No one knows what's going on there.
You
All right, let's
dressed up
talk.
for Jimmy's birthday? Is that what it was?
Let's talk a little football. Have you been watching the college football playoff rankings? Are
Yes.
you familiar with what's going on with Miami? You know, there's this possibility Miami ends with 2 losses, Notre Dame ends with 2 losses, and Notre Dame gets a playoff nod, even though Miami beat Notre Dame head-to-head. I don't know if the Canes beat Pitt this Saturday and beat them convincingly. Do you think the Canes belong? If there's space for a 2-loss team from the ACC, do the Canes belong in the college football playoffs?
I thought Pitt going into this season was one of the most underrated teams in the country. They had the quarterback change. They basically didn't give a rat's ass about the Notre Dame game. And now this is going to be a big one coming up this week. I can't wait for that Miami Pitt game, by the way. But I think this is what people need to understand. What I'm about to say doesn't mean that I think Miami should be left out. But in this new college football playoff format, when it was kind of arranged and came about 2 years ago, it was kind of the unwritten rule that as long as Notre Dame had 2 losses or fewer, and let's just say 1 year it wasn't a loss to NIU because they could only suffer 1 loss last year. They had 2 respectable losses this year. Then there would be a spot for them. So I don't think it's necessarily going to come down to Miami or Notre Dame. I think as long as Notre Dame just finishes the season 1 game left against Stanford, which they'll beat them, with 2 losses or fewer, they're going to be in. But I understand your point. Hey, we played them. It's the same. They're the same record potentially after this weekend, and they beat them, so it doesn't head-to-head matter. I just think the way it's going to shape out, and this is for the foreseeable future.
But I'm curious your opinion. Forget how it might shape out because we understand what might happen. Do you give any credence to the notion
I would
that
put Miami in? Yes.
Okay, that was really my question because to me,
I just don't think it's happening.
I don't think so either, but if you've got 2 teams that have the same number of losses and one of those teams beat the other team, to me, that's kind of the argument ender.
Yeah, and I think the committee, they got, I guess the term rabbit ears is right here, because the original ranking, Miami was like 18th.
They
nothing
did make
against
a
Miami.
big jump. Yep.
What did they really do as of late to move up into, what were they, 11 or whatever it was last night? Like, what did they really, or 10? What was it exactly
12.
for Miami? 12. Oh,
12.
No. 12, but what seed would they be?
11.
11 because of the G5. Yeah, so that to me is the committee got a little bit
They're
sensitive
hearing
there.
it. They're hearing it, which is why I think if Miami can beat Pitt convincingly, if they can, because there's recency bias and there's this groundswell of noise around Miami. I think if they can beat Pitt convincingly, they do themselves a world of good.
But here's the 2 things why I think you guys will be left out. If Alabama beats Auburn this weekend, regardless if they lose in the SEC championship game or not, they'll be in. They set that precedent last year, and they haven't jumped Miami over Notre Dame yet. So could there really be anything outside of the fact that maybe Notre Dame plays a close one with Stanford, and the next thing you know, Miami's blowing out Pitt? Is there really anything Miami can do, unless they win the ACC, which is not going to happen, to jump Notre Dame? Because Notre Dame's been in front the entire way. I would say no.
Where do you think Lane Kiffin's going to end up, Gelb?
Ugh. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this. I've talked about this story. I've said this. One day I go, okay, he's going to go to LSU. Then I got convinced for 3 days that he's going to stay at Ole Miss. Florida, I know people throw the connections out there with how much he idolizes Spurrier and the whole wife connection, all that. I think it's either LSU or Ole Miss. The fact that he's creating this dog and pony show where it's, we're going to have him make this announcement on Saturday, like after the Egg Bowl. I read that statement, and for most of it, I said, he gone. And then the last line I said, kind of seems like he's staying, but everyone thinks he's going to LSU. If I was him, I would go to LSU, but I'm sick and tired of guessing what Lane Kiffin is going to do. I will say this, though. The committee's already starting to drop them. I don't think they would drop him out of the playoff entirely if he leaves, but I do think they would maybe drop them out of a home playoff game, which is just a joke. And it's ridiculous to those kids. But I don't really blame Lane. I blame the system, because how they allow coaches to leave before the playoff is wild to me. If it was some irrelevant bowl game, I get it. That's why it's in place. But if he abandons those kids, which it seems like there's a chance, if it happens, this announcement on Saturday goes that he's taking LSU or Florida, he's going to leave those kids before the playoff. Like, it's not the Chiefs'
That's
fault.
a fascinating twist, right? Because Gino Toretto was talking with us about that yesterday, where, hey, if you're going to punish FSU because their quarterback's not there, then you've got to punish Ole Miss if the genius behind the offense isn't going to be there, right?
So two things. One, the Jordan Travis injury was in a 14 playoff. Now it's 12. So when you say punish, I think most people think, oh, they'll drop him out of the playoff entirely. I don't think that's the case. I think they're just going to drop him down some spots, but still put them in the college football playoff. If they win this weekend, their only loss was to Georgia in a game where they were spanking Georgia for the first 3 quarters, and then Georgia did what Georgia does in the fourth.
We troll Crowder all the time on this show, specifically with Lane Kiffin, because he thinks Lane is a lock for Florida. That's his opinion. But we're always saying, why would he leave Ole Miss to go to Florida? Why would he leave Ole Miss even to go to LSU? Can you maybe look from a national perspective? Is the brand really that much stronger for a Florida or LSU program than one that's in the playoff already at Ole Miss? Like, I realize those two teams have better history. I get that. But the brand itself, like, he's already established. Why go start again at these other schools? I don't get it.
The brand is mattering less and less in college football now. Right. Like Kurt Signetti stayed at Indiana. He could have had the Penn State job if he wanted it the day that the job became available. But in regard to that situation, I said this last year, if I was Lane, I would not leave Ole Miss for Florida. I think LSU is a different animal. Now, with that being said, look at Brian Kelly. Leaves Notre Dame, didn't have the way that he envisioned success at LSU. Now he's out of a job in 4 years. But you look at LSU and you see 3 different coaches won national championships since 2000. It is a tough job to pass up if your goal is to win a national championship. Where for Lane, I think he actually can win one at Ole Miss. But I still think a lot of people believe that probably the apex is getting to an SEC championship game, maybe winning it, being a Final Four team. But I don't think people expect them to win the national championship.
Hey, Gelb, I don't know if you pay attention to the NBA before, say, Christmas Day. Are you watching what's going on in Miami with the Heat? You got one eye open?
I'm not, but I know Solana is very happy these days from what I gather.
I mean, they look really good. I mean, there's no getting around it. I know we're still in November. There's no getting around it. The Miami Heat might have something special brewing down there.
And let me tell you, this show needs it because there is no show in the country that gets behind their local teams more than Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. The crap I had to hear about the Dolphins for the last 2 years. Oh, my God. You guys need a gift of the Miami Heat.
I believe they might have a pathway to the playoffs, Gelby.
Oh, they can make the play. Did anyone, is that like a bold statement? Did anyone say they wouldn't be a playoff team before the season started?
They're 4-7. And I'm talking about the Dolphins.
Oh! Sorry, I thought you were still talking about the Heat.
No, the Heat better make the playoffs.
Hey, I said this the last time I was on. They're gonna go win some games, but come on, they're not getting past. They'll win more than 6 or 7 games. They're gonna do more than that. I don't know about that.
But I think the Heat are gonna end up with a better record than the New York Knicks, Gelb. I think that is a foregone conclusion at this point.
Yeah, I think you're on some drugs. That's what I think.
I actually think Solana's right, by the way.
Are you talking about the Heat that are 2-1 against the New York Knicks this season? That is me drug-induced giving a take because they've literally beat them head-to-head 2 times out of 3 times. So I'm not sure.
This is where I like to point out that Alejandro Solana is on the Heat payroll. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, I think people could figure that out on their own. Gelby, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Are you doing a traditional Thanksgiving meal?
He did it last year, Gelb, right? Didn't you have the lasagna?
I'm sorry.
Lasagna.
People are stealing my bit. I've been on this take for 8 years, and now all these other hack radio hosts get behind the microphone and go, turkey's overrated. I know Hoch actually was in agreement with you. Didn't you get the blessing from your wife last year to just bag the turkey, right?
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So we do lasagna. It's a sausage and pepperoni lasagna. It's absolutely delicious. That's our main course. We'll have some charcuterie. We'll have some shrimp. We do an icebox cake as well. There's some other appetizers that get thrown into the mix. My sister makes a delicious focaccia bread. But yeah, we abandoned turkey about 15 or so years ago. My grandmother passed away and she wasn't here for last Thanksgiving. So that was the first Thanksgiving without her. She was the matriarch, and then my grandfather shortly followed after that. So this will be the first Thanksgiving without both my grandparents. But That is what we do in the Gelb household. We make sure to not do turkey.
I adopted that. I had bandied it about for a couple of years because my point was, I watched my wife.
Steak. What did you do last year? I forget.
We ended up London broil. What did you do? We brought in food. It was just me, my wife, my son, and I believe we brought in food from a steakhouse. Or did we do ribs? I don't know. Whatever it wasn't memorable. Mm-hmm. But I had bandied this about for a couple of years because my wife would slave away all day, and the turkey and the stuffing and the sweet potato pie and whatever. And I'm watching football. My son's watching football, and then, it wasn't the payoff wasn't worth the amount of work that she had to put in, and so I was kind of and both DJ and I were like, I love turkey. But not like a whole turkey Thanksgiving meal. I like a turkey sub,
Well, I will stop you right here in your tracks. If you really want to go see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, next year, you could go see the parade in the morning. You then take the train out to Long Island and you join the Gelbs with the whole Hochman clan. We'd invite you over and give you a great meal.
My wife, for 56 years, has wanted to go see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. She loves it more than anything. She will watch it from start to finish when it's on TV. We may take you up on that offer.
Yeah, I think my dad would love to have you. I'm the captain of Thanksgiving in my family. I kind of organize it all throughout the years. But I will. I'm sure he'd be happy to.
I can talk radio with him, right? I mean, we'll chop it up about radio.
You would be a great guest. Trust me, there's some people that come there are like, we don't want to really deal with them, but you would come. I think you'd be welcome to the household.
Bring some hot takes. Yeah, I'll bring some hot takes.
I'm not going to invite Channing. I'm not inviting Channing because he'll big time us. Solana, if you want to join, you're more than welcome as well. Jimmy, you too. Sorry, I could barely even see Jimmy on this screen. It's so small.
Yeah, I got a very small box.
Yeah,
very small.
All right, Zach Gelb. We love you, Gelby. Happy Thanksgiving, and we will speak with you next week.
You got it. And remember, folks, turkey, overrated. You'll admit it one day.
The only thing that I'll say, Gelby, is that Aronde Gadsden was on with us this week, and he made a great point, which is the next day leftovers. He loves the turkey sandwich. You throw a little mayo on the Hawaiian roll, throw a couple slices of turkey. He's like, you have a lasagna, you have steak or whatever. You can't do it. You can't enjoy leftovers the way that you do with a traditional Thanksgiving meal.
When the lasagna is piping hot out of the oven, I love it. But you know what? The next day or even later that night, when you see some in the fridge, cold lasagna, even better.
What?
Even better.
Cold lasagna.
Still sensate. That's how good our family lasagna is. I'm telling you.
I'm
with cold lasagna?
Oh, lasagna. I love some cold lasagna.
Yeah. Not room temperature, cold, out of the fridge lasagna.
Phenomenal.
I don't know about that, man.
Solana likes that cold meat.
Yeah, and Jimmy's got that small box. All right, see you, Gelby.
You got it, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Zach Gelb there from the Infinity Sports Network. Everyone's welcome at the Hard Rock Bet Thanksgiving table. Sign up today. Bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you'll feast on $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. So you got a winning bet, a stuffed bankroll. That's something to be thankful for this year. You're having Thanksgiving meal tomorrow. You want to be the ball know-it-all? Check out the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. It's got streaks, trends, hot streaks, the latest line moves, everything you need to sound sharp and bet smarter. Don't get bit by the injury bug anymore. I told you I have a parlay with the 3 games tomorrow. Bet the Week 13 games with injury insurance. If the player you bet on leaves the game in the first half due to injury, you'll get your bet back as a bonus bet. Lots of college football Saturday. Chaos is coming. Every upset, every grudge match, every wild finish is right at your fingertips on the Hard Rock Bet app. So sign up today. If you're more into the hardwood than the gridiron, the NBA is in full swing. Hard Rock Bet puts the entire basketball season in the palm of your hand, from tip-off to buzzer beaters and everything in between. All right, make sure you download the Hard Rock Bet app now, because it's going to make the Thanksgiving 4-day weekend that much more fun. It's all offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Is it possible that we are all clones?
You watching football?
Yeah. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
It's Jimmy's 40th birthday.
Yeah. And they say that.
The Jimmy 40th birthday show. Very exciting for everyone involved with the program. We're going to play this hour because today is National Cake Day. We're going to play this hour the chocolate cake, frozen chocolate cake episode.
Huh.
And I know you want to play something for Jimmy's birthday, but I mean, it's only appropriate on National Cake Day. I mean, we only get one National Cake Day a year, so we're going to have to do that.
Not
I'm
really.
fascinated that you wouldn't. I'm fascinated that you wouldn't know how to thaw out a chocolate cake, but you'll eat a lasagna cold. It seems like there may be an issue with, I don't know, the way you approach food and temperature. Is that possible?
I don't know exactly how you're making that correlation. To be quite honest here, Hawk, I love cold food.
I don't mind cold food, but like cold spaghetti? Would you? I mean,
Hawk, I'm telling you, I love cold food. It's probably like, you hear people talk about red flags about other people. This is probably my biggest red flag. I like cold pasta. I'm talking cooked, then refrigerated, next day leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Cold pasta. I like cold rice. I like cold foods that people would probably find disgusting cold. I genuinely enjoy. Just right out of the fridge.
I'm down with cold pizza.
Yeah,
and I'm down with cold Chinese food. I'm with you on the rice, like right out of the container. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, some people really enjoy cold fried chicken as well.
I like that better than hot fried chicken. I like cold fried chicken better than hot fried chicken.
Yeah.
Pastas, though, Italian food, other than pizza, the pastas, like a lasagna, I'm having a difficult time imagining enjoying cold.
I love it cold. I genuinely, I almost prefer it cold out of the fridge the next day than I would tossing it into a microwave and nuking it. Just the coldness of the actual pasta, it does something for me, man. It really does.
Fascinating to me. Let's do 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored. That's brought to you by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models for a limited time. Learn more at Lexus.com. Game Day Uncensored, Sunday, 9 a.m., 104.3 FM WQAM. Solana, Brendan Tobin, Omar Kelly, and Chris Perkins. Get you ready for Miami and New Orleans. Would you like some of the prop bets for the Dolphins-Saints game on the Hard Rock Bet app?
I absolutely would, Hawk.
Line is still Dolphins minus 5.5. That really hasn't moved since it first came out. Look-ahead line was Dolphins minus 3.5, but when it opened, it was Dolphins minus 5.5 because they're on a little two-game heater there. Passing, Tua, passing yards, 224.5. Tyler Shuck, passing yards, 216.5.
Man, do you think this is a game? Because we did this against the Commanders. Oh, the Dolphins are going to have a sizable lead, right? Marcus Mariota's going to have to throw the ball a bunch. Dolphins are going to be up 2 touchdowns. Look how bad the Commanders are. Is this one of these games where we think Shuck's going to have the ball down a couple scores the entire second half? Because I want to believe it is, but the Commanders game was proof that the Dolphins aren't going to rout anybody. Like,
right.
The idea they're going to do what they did to the Falcons to anybody else is just fool's gold. I don't want to get fooled by that thought again.
How about Devon Achane rushing over? What do you think the yardage is set at?
88.5.
78.5.
Hmm.
No Tua rushing totals yet.
He didn't hit it against the Commanders. He didn't go over a half yard.
No, he did not. Yeah, and the over-under for the game, I think it was 41 yesterday, 42 today. Before we get headlines, let me just look at the Heat lines for tonight, as long as we're looking at lines. Heat, you want to guess what the line is tonight, Heat Bucks?
I would say the Heat are 4.5-point favorites over the Bucks.
8.5-point favorites.
That's because Giannis is currently questionable, and I don't think people expect him to play. If he
They
does
do have
play.
a point prop for him, though. So I think this is
really?
including Giannis in the lineup for the Bucks.
Huh. Wow.
Because his point prop is 28.5.
Jeez. Damn,
You want
man.
to guess Tyler Hero? Over under on points.
22.5.
20.5. Norman Powell?
18.5.
18.5. Bam.
17.5. Are we back
Yeah.
to 17.5 every game?
Yeah. Wiggins, 13.5. Khalil Ware, 12.5. Davion Mitchell, 8.5. Pella Larson, 8.5.
What's Jaime?
He's not listed. So is he injured?
I wasn't aware of a Jaime Jaquez Jr. injury. That's pretty bizarre.
Because they've got.
Oh, yeah.
props.
Jaime, questionable right hip tightness.
All right, so
He is
they're
questionable.
assuming he's not going to play just based on not having a prop up for him.
Well, that sucks.
Aren't you the pregame host?
Well, I mean, that sucks, man. What happened there?
Changes everything. All right, let's do headlines here for the 3 o'clock hour with Solana. Brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen or DurrellVolkswagen.com.
How did I miss that? Heat looking for their 6th straight. Hoch, I have a list here from USA Today. Grades for every NBA
I have
team.
that. I was going to do that in the 4 o'clock hour today. That's
All
funny.
right. I'll skip it then. We can do
Now
it. in the
you
4
can't
o'clock
quiz
hour.
me on it because I know what the answers are.
Well, I was only going to ask you, who do you think has the better grade, the Miami Heat or the Chicago Bulls?
Well done. That's a good game out of you.
Do you have then? It appears that we have our algorithms are clearly in sync with one another. Do you have this from Frank Schwab in Yahoo? NFL Thanksgiving preview comparing the 3 Thanksgiving games to your favorite dishes?
No.
All right.
I love Frank Schwab.
Yeah. So turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes. Which game of the 3 tomorrow is the turking, stuffing, and mashed potatoes?
Turking.
Turking.
Say turking?
I heard turking.
I'm pretty sure I said turkey. All right.
No,
Okay,
I'm going
boy.
to say you said turking.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say the turkey game, which I'm assuming is the big one, the entree, or is he saying turkey as in a turkey, like a bad thing?
Nah, he's saying turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. That's the best part of the Thanksgiving meal. I think.
Well,
he's
that's
saying
up for
it's the
debate
best
as well.
part.
But I'll say the turkey game is Dallas KC.
No. Dallas KC is not. He's calling the Packers-Lions game
Okay.
the turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes.
Oh, I thought you were saying one was a turkey, one was stuffing, one was mashed potatoes.
No. This is just one column here. Turkey,
Gotcha.
stuffing.
I misunderstood. So I thought you were asking. Okay. So what are the other choices?
Pumpkin pie.
Uh,
And that odd side dish that doesn't look great but actually tastes okay.
oh, that'll be the Ravens-Bengals game.
Mm-hmm. Bingo. So pumpkin pie is Chiefs at Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
I am fascinated with that game. Kansas City, a 3-point favorite over the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, either of these two teams technically still in the hunt. KC, if they win, they're 7-5. They're on the road, and everybody's like, all right, they'll be all right. They'll make the playoffs. But if they lose that game,
I like Dallas in that game. I told you in the parlay I took Dallas. I think what's at play here is, again, this recency bias. You watched KC come back against Indy, and I think everyone's like, oh, they can do no wrong. Somehow they're going to come back and win every game. And I think Dallas is good enough, and I think Kansas City is fallible enough that Dallas wins this game.
fallible, you say, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tonight's Heat game, by the way, is at 7:30. Cup game. The Florida Panthers play tonight. They got the Flyers at home. That is a 7 p.m. puck drop. That game will be on AM 560.
You know what the definition of fallible is?
Easily capable of falling.
Capable of making mistakes. So when I
Faulty.
say the team is fallible,
Right.
or second definition, your favorite word, or being erroneous?
Erroneous. Erroneous on both counts. The word fallible just reminds me of phallus for whatever reason.
Well, maybe you're always thinking about that.
Hoch, when you were off, we had just kind of spitballed Appel, Crowder, Jimmy, and myself about Christmas movies and Home Alone specifically, why they haven't made a Home Alone sequel yet. Like, why?
I've never seen that, right? We've covered that.
I think that's how we got into it, where I was reading off, because I have a list here of movies you've never seen, movies Appel's never seen. He admitted he's never seen any of the Jurassic Park movies, which is just insane. It just, honestly,
kind of annoying.
It just disgusts me. Like, Jurassic Park? Are you kidding me? Come on.
But they're making a Home Alone sequel, I saw, or Macaulay Culkin's open to it.
So I don't know if you heard our segment or not, but we kind of spitballed on not only the Home Alone sequel, how obvious it is to just make one. Everybody's dying for nostalgia nowadays, but what it could be, like what the plot could be. And Macaulay Culkin wants to make a Home Alone sequel. And his idea is that Kevin McAllister, who's Macaulay Culkin in the movie, has to face off against his son to get into their locked house.
Like
But
Squid Game.
Sure. Yeah, this doesn't exactly hit since you haven't seen any of the movies, but
I saw Squid Game.
Worth watching, Squid Game?
Yeah, the original was so good. I haven't been able to get through the second season, but the original season was so good.
Yeah, but I get the point.
That's how I feel about Home Alone.
How can you say that if you haven't seen it?
Because I got the point. I saw the commercials.
Got reeled right in, huh, Jimmy?
Yep.
You got reeled right in.
I was at lunch today with Whittingham and Appel said, I got to give Solana and Crowder credit for not getting reeled in on your Epcot Center bait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I really wanted to.
You
but,
showed good restraint.
Jimmy, what cake are you eating tonight, by the way?
Tomorrow. The cake is tomorrow, actually, for Thanksgiving. Because I'll be at the game, so
Right.
I can't have cake tonight. So
what have you done special for your 40th birthday so far today?
Nothing. Woke up, ate breakfast, get ready for work, and drove here.
All right. Do you have any gifts? Any gifts waiting for you from your family?
I opened them before I left. I got cologne.
I saw you texted us. It was very nice. What was that, Dior?
Dior, yep.
Yeah.
Wearing it right now.
Oh, I mean, I wish I was there.
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to contain myself.
I'd spray
give him a kiss on the lips for me, Solana.
I'd put a little bit more spray on, by the way, Jimmy. It was me. I've always been a little insulted with the cologne gift, and I'm not saying you have to, Jimmy. But what are these people telling me, that I smell bad? They're giving me cologne. You know what I mean?
It's a good 40-year-old's gift, though. Cologne. Hey, you get to be 40. You're running out of things to get people.
And I love the cologne too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had run out, so I got more.
You're a cologne guy?
Love cologne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Some people really like aromas, perfumes, colognes. You ever walk through the mall and the people are sampling all these different perfumes and colognes?
Ain't me.
Me neither, man.
Crowder gave me a bottle of Prada cologne about 10 years ago when we first started working together, and I bet I could return it.
It's still in the wrapper?
That's how much I've used. I've used 3 sprays in 10 years.
Jimmy and my brother Daniel were born on the same day. It seems bizarre to me.
Daniel's celebrating a birthday today?
They are. He is, but they were born literally, Hoch. They're both 40 today.
Oh, your brother's 40 today.
40, both of them.
Huh.
Yeah.
That. Wild.
Last thing I wanted to touch on here before we end headlines.
What are you going to have at the game, though, Jimmy, for your birthday? What do you got something special planned for what you're going to eat during the game tonight?
Actually, we're gonna get some pub subs on the way.
This is the worst planned trip to a hockey game I've ever heard of.
Oh man, yeah. You wish you
and your
didn't
brother.
talk about
You going with your
birthday,
brother?
huh?
What was that?
You going with your brother?
Going with my brother, his best friend, and my dad.
Well, how's that possible? I only got you 2 tickets.
But I received 4.
Oh, well, why didn't? Oh, they sent you 4?
They sent me 4.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Look at us. So you're going to drive home from the station to get to the stadium.
Correct.
And on the way, the 4 of you are going to walk into Publix and get in the pub sub line?
No, he's gonna order it online and then we're gonna pick it up.
Right, which means you're going to get in the pub sub line because they're never ready.
Never.
Yeah.
What time do you think you're going to get there tonight? Middle of the 3rd period?
No, we're gonna get there on time.
You're going to drive home at 5 p.m. from the radio station.
I'm actually leaving a little earlier.
So
but...
this is all transpiring behind the scenes. After we pressed him on this, after the first segment, Jimmy came in here very confidently, and he poked his head. He poked his head in the studio. Said, "Just so you know, I live right next to the turnpike." I said, "But it doesn't matter. Like you're driving from here to Miami Lakes. You're leaving at 4:50 ish." He's like, "Well, maybe I'll leave earlier." And I said, "Do you want to leave earlier so you make the game on time?" Sure. I said, "Okay, so leave after the first segment, no problem. Like just let Dan Day know." But now, Jimmy, you're going to go get pub subs. You might have to leave now if you want to make...
This is the craziest thing. And then the 4 of you are going to eat pub subs in the car while you drive?
But I'm not getting them. I'm not picking them up. My brother is. And we're going to have them on the way there.
In the car?
In the car when we park, and we'll eat it as we get to the arena.
You're going to have a tailgate?
Not, I mean, depends what time we get there.
What kind of sub are you getting?
Oh, ham and cheese all the way.
Oh, man.
Ham and cheese.
It's getting better and better. Jimmy, are you going to have a beer? That's what I want to know. It's your 40th birthday. You're going to a Panthers game. You're going with, it sounds like it's an all-men's.
Get a funky Buddha.
Yeah,
get a funky Buddha.
Get a brew, man. Throw down a brewski. Come on.
Sure. Or maybe and also a screwdriver.
Yeah, stop by that Jameson Lounge, get a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wild to me because they have all that stadium foods to get pub subs before. I don't know. Whatever makes you guys happy.
Plus, Jimmy, notoriously big pizza guy at the stadium. We've gone to the stadium with him a million times. Hawk, you always buy him a pizza. He's a big pizza guy at the Amerant Bank Arena.
Yep. Love the pizza there.
So did you get bullied into the pub subs? I mean, it's your birthday and you got the tickets. Why don't you tell them what they're doing?
No. I was asked, how about we get some pub subs? Like it was just a suggestion. If I would have said no, they would have been okay. Bro.
Right.
Like,
you should have said no. Kiss my ass. We'll get some pizza there, and I'm going to watch the hockey game.
It is kind of Jimmy getting the short end of the stick here. Is it not hockey? Loves the pizza at the arena. He got the tickets for his
That's
own
what
birthday.
I'm saying. This is all because of him. It's his night.
Crazy, man. And now he's stuck eating a ham and cheese sandwich from Publix.
Yeah. Hey, Herman, how about you let Jimmy have the night?
Armand Jr. Got all quiet.
I'd like to watch a live stream from the moment you leave the radio station till the moment you get to the Amerant Bank Arena. Are they making you drive also? Someone wants to know on the YouTube chat.
No, I am not driving to the game.
All right.
Yet.
Good point.
Jimmy's going to get home and his brother's going to say, hey, Jimmy, you know what? We actually, we're giving your ticket to one of my buddies. So you're just going to hang out at home. And,
we got your pub sub. Watch the game.
And by the way, we're going to need your jersey as well because your dad wants to use it. So you can't even wear your own jersey at home.
Damn. That would be funny though.
Let's
Hey,
just stop by McDonald's, get McRibs.
No, that's a little bit too far. I don't like McRibs.
All right.
you're 40th though, man. Live a little.
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Get the turkey sandwich at the
At Publix.
no, at the club level, at the suite level there. At
Turkey
the Amarin
carb
Bank.
steak.
I mean, people line up for hours.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that instead.
Yeah.
Your weather in South Florida, partly cloudy. That was delightful.
That was.
In South Florida, partly cloudy. You wish you didn't laugh at turking now, huh, Jimmy? Wasn't going to give you a
I
lifeline.
swear to God, I would watch this live stream and be more engrossed by it than like election night results.
Them in the car throwing down pub subs while sitting in 95 traffic, 8 minutes late for puck drop is a
Pub
cinematic.
subs are hard to eat with one hand, I feel like. I feel like those are two-hand sandwiches. So whoever's driving is like having a tough time gnawing on that sandwich.
You got to get chips too, right? You're getting a pub sub. You got to get chips. You also need some sort of refreshment, Hoch, whether it's Coke, whether it's whatever it is you want to drink. All this is happening in the car.
In the
now.
car. Yeah, in traffic. And, you know, the pub subs, they shed. That bread sheds.
Yeah.
So there's bread all over the place. There's crumbs all over the place. It's questionable at best.
Mm-hmm. The smell in the car. You've got just a bunch of cold cuts out in the open.
Yeah. Somebody's getting an Italian and is drenched in oil.
Yeah. Now it smells like Cat's Deli in this car while you're
What do you
sitting
put on the ham and cheese sub, Jimmy?
Plain.
Just ham and cheese.
Ham
I
and
had a
cheese.
feeling.
Toasted.
He
Had a
raw
feeling.
dogs. He raw dogs Costco hot dogs. this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I put ketchup on them.
Yeah.
No, you don't, because I've seen you eat them. Hoch, have you been in a Costco recently? Have you gone to a Costco at all?
Nah, I don't have a Costco card.
Man, what these people do with those hot dogs, the amount of money they make off of these hot dogs is unbelievable. And
It
the
was only
chicken
$1.50 though.
but I'm telling you, the line, I was at Costco last weekend, the line for these chicken bakes and the Costco hot dogs, just like the concession area,
Yeah.
is insane.
Really?
An hour-long line for a Costco hot dog. These people love them.
Man, I got to check that out.
Well, Eduardo goes pretty much every day to Costco just to get the Costco dog. So if you ever want to make your way down to Kendall.
Speaking of which, that price from the Costco hot dogs turned 40 as well.
Is that so?
Yeah, the
Well,
price of them. Yeah,
the price of the Costco hot dogs holding up better than you, Jimmy.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's 80 degrees tonight. The lows will be in the 70s. That's brought to you by Chillzone AC. Visit chillzoneac.com.
Such a great chat on the YouTube stream. Jimmy driving with his knees while eating his sub, both hands going over 90 miles per hour on I-75 and missing the exit. Just so perfect.
That's a great visual too.
That is great. All right, we're going to do the chocolate cake segment in the next segment. It is that time of year. Opening day at Championship Meet at Gulfstream Park is tomorrow. Champions return to Gulfstream Park tomorrow for opening day of Championship Meet, where the world's greatest jockeys, trainers, and thoroughbreds compete for glory every Thursday through Sunday. So you can enjoy the races while dining, trackside at 10 Palms on their premium food. You can watch all the races in Silk Simulcast Room. You can stand against the rail, front row on the apron. You'll feel the power, passion, and excitement of Championship Meet. The weather's beautiful this weekend. If you're not going tomorrow for Thanksgiving, you could go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make a plan to spend a day at Gulfstream Park soon. They offer the hottest slots and electronic table games and combine the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing. It's all in one electrifying destination. But again, tomorrow is opening day of Championship Meet And if you want to have your Thanksgiving meal there, you elevate Thanksgiving Day with the unique and thrilling experience at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. Gather your family and friends for an incredible spread at 10 Palms while you watch the full day of live racing. Limited tickets available. Get all the details. Get your tickets at GulfstreamPark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You know where the Himalayas are?
Himalayas?
Yes.
Of course. South America.
Today's topics are sponsored by Local Plumbers 519.
The hot heater.
See you walking around like it's a funeral. Not so serious.
All right, we're going to play the chocolate cake segment this hour. In fact, in this segment, because it's delightful. And Solana's going to leave a little early today as well, because he's got to get to the Kaseya Center, and I want him to be here to hear it. Usually he takes off, and we play something from his arsenal. I want him to be here to hear it. So we'll do that. This segment.
I appreciate that. Just want you to know I'm very thankful for you in this season of giving thanks.
I do what I can. So today is National Cake Day, and it's very appropriate because Jimmy is celebrating his 40th birthday. And if you see Jimmy tonight, by the way, at the Panthers game, say hi and say happy birthday. Jimmy will be there tonight. He's going to be watching the game, good seats, and wish him a happy birthday. So this is one that I imagine anyone who listens to this show on the regular has heard. If you're new to the show, I think you'll enjoy this segment because we know the people who've heard it before still enjoy it. So Solana is at home. He's doing the show from home, and he had just had ACL surgery, and I had sent him some Chicago-style pizzas, from Lou Malnati's, and a chocolate cake, a frozen chocolate cake. And it was meant to, because I know you were staying with your parents, it was meant to, feed the family. Hey, I know Solana's convalescing there, and here's a little something to help you all through it, some deep dish pizzas and a chocolate cake.
Yeah, this show, I'm at my parents' house. I think that's an important part of this entire segment.
So here it is, and this is, you'll hear it as it plays through. Solana not really knowing what to do with this frozen chocolate cake that I sent him, and it's one of, if not my favorite segment that has ever transpired on this program in a decade. And today on National Cake Day, here it is. So over the weekend, I had, because Solana got home from the hospital, I had Chicago deep dish pizzas shipped to his house to feed him and his family who's taking care of him. You're at your parents' house, right? Not at your house.
Right. Yeah, I'm at my parents'
You can do
house.
the microphone off and on thing again, huh? You're gonna stick with that, huh?
No, I'm here.
You're gonna it's just so herky jerky because I'm like, yeah. So you're at your parents' house, right? Yeah, I'm at my parents' house.
It's ridiculous.
So I had deep dish Chicago pizzas sent to him from Lou Malnati's and some chocolate cake as well. So did you eat the deep dish pizzas?
I ate one of them. I did.
And you ate the whole deep dish pizza yourself?
I ate 3/4 of it by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's heavy duty. And what did you think?
Oh, it was delicious.
What? You always tease me because I order in the pizzas from Chicago and it's expensive, and you're like, just drive down to Kendall. They've got deep dish pizza.
Right.
So what was better?
Yeah, Manhattan, Chicago, and Kendall has deep dish pizza, which is phenomenal, by the way.
Weird. Manhattan, which is New York, and Kendall, which is not Chicago. Strange that they have good deep dish Chicago pizza. They do, yeah.
No, this was really good. It's frozen pizza,
right? It's still shipped
in,
so it's not like getting it at the restaurant. Yeah.
No, but I really enjoyed it. I put a whole pie in, and me and my girlfriend were gonna split it, and she ate one fourth. You cut it into fours, and she was stuffed. Yeah. And I had the first, and then my second piece, and then there was one more piece there.
It's the same. This is the same routine I have with Lori. Every time I order in Lou Malnati's from Chicago, I'll cut it into fourths. Then after one slice, my wife can't eat anymore. And then I can't just stare at the one piece, even though I'm full. Because it's one piece. It's a quarter. And what about that chocolate cake? That was just part of the package. There was a package available. And so I was like, I'll give him a chocolate cake too. How was that?
Yeah, well, we haven't had it yet because, I indulged into a deep dish pizza. I ate almost the whole thing by myself.
Right, you're not exercising either, so you're probably feeling like extra fat.
I know I am extra fat. I feel like I've gained back all the weight that I lost over the past couple months already, and it's only been 5 days. My parents were gonna make it yesterday, but they don't know how to make it. They don't know if they have to thaw it first because it's in the freezer, or if they just throw it in the oven, but it's a chocolate cake. Does it go in the oven? They don't know how to do this.
It's a chocolate cake
already.
put it on the counter and it'll be room temperature like any other cake. And then
but it's frozen. It came frozen.
Right. So you don't eat it frozen. Put it on the counter so it thaws out, so it looks like an actual chocolate cake. I thought you were doing a bit on me. He texted me.
I was on the thread.
Oh, you were on the thread.
Yes.
So he snapped me when he got the Chicago pizzas. And I snapped him back and I just said, hey, I'm going to give you a little hack. It says to cook them for 45 minutes, cook them for an hour and a half, or else it's going to be runny. And I said, okay. He texts us over the weekend, do you have any hacks for the chocolate cake? And I didn't respond because I thought you were doing a bit. It's a frozen cake. What do you think? You're going to bake it? You're going to bake a cake that's frosted?
I don't know. Ask Deborah. I don't. What the hell do I know about a cake?
It already has frosting on it, right?
Of course, it's in the cake. you thought about putting it in the oven to bake?
That's the thought out a little. Maybe.
How many Solanas does it take to make a frozen
Jimmy,
cake?
have you ever heard of putting a frosted cake in the oven to bake?
Never.
Of course not. It's the craziest thing.
Damn, Jimmy.
Are you serious? So that wasn't a joke when you said, do you have any hacks for the chocolate cake? I thought you were kidding.
No, I think that's a normal question. I mean, it's something that's frozen. Yeah, how can we best how can we get the most out of this frozen cake?
Unfreeze it. Unfreeze it. It's frozen. So
right, but I mean, there's several ways you can unfreeze a cake.
Oh, is that so? What? Throw it in the bathtub? You want to throw it in the bathtub? Unfreeze the cake?
No, I mean, you put it in the oven maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
You would put. I can't get past this. You would take a frosted cake that's been baked and put it in the oven.
My mom's texting me. We were never putting it in the oven. I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that, Deborah, because I think there was a conversation with my dad about maybe heating up the oven for a little. So I'm not too sure about that.
No, when you want to enjoy the cake, like several hours before you want to enjoy it, take it out of the freezer. And then it'll thaw out. And then after you have a couple slices at room temperature, if you want to put it in the fridge to keep it cool, then that's normal. Like, treat it like a cake.
It's a cake. I just see a whole family sitting around staring at this cake. Ooh. What are we going to do with this?
This is much like the Da Vinci Code. Something that's going to require some significant effort to figure out. Why did Hoch send us this riddle?
Text Hoch. Get a hint.
I can't believe that. And I'm assuming they don't send instructions with it like they do the pizza, because who the hell would need instructions to thaw out a cake?
Yep, no instructions.
Of course not.
You haven't eaten it yet?
No, they don't know what to do with it. Is it in the oven?
It's in the oven right now.
They have no idea what to do with it.
No, but what kind of instructions is that?
Out. They're just staring.
What kind of instructions is that? Oh, just leave it out. No, I don't want to just leave it out.
What further instructions do you need? Honestly, take knife, slice cake, put on plate, take fork, make piece, put in mouth. What instructions would you need? I can't even believe this.
I mean, had you just answered the text message, we could have avoided this.
I thought you were joking. I thought you were joking. I cannot believe that.
I don't know how to make
frozen cake. I don't know what to do with it.
It's like an apple pie. You ever get those apple pies? You throw them in the freezer. A couple months later, you put them in the oven. They're good as new. Good as new.
Right,
like they were just baked.
Right, but they don't have frosting on them. You understand what would happen if you put a frosted chocolate cake in the oven?
It would defrost much quicker than just leaving it out. I'll tell you that.
Put it in the microwave.
God, I am stunned. All right, we're back live. I absolutely love that segment. There's a million reasons why, and I can see from many of the chatters and on the text line too. People love it. There was one guy though, because I responded to him. This is the 17th time you've played this segment this year. Isn't tomorrow and Friday a best of? So I chatted back and I said, hey, go take a 7-minute break if you don't want to hear it. I mean, honestly, 7 minutes. Wait. I mean, come on. And tomorrow's not a best of. Tomorrow is football on this radio station beginning at 12:30, and then Hurricanes basketball after that. Friday is a live show with Josh Appel and Solana till 4 o'clock because Panthers hockey begins at 4 o'clock on Friday.
Hey, Hawk, I just want to point out to that person, we have not done, outside of July 4th, a best of show in maybe the entire year. No joke.
There's so many things that I want to play, and it's been very content rich, so we haven't had time to do best ofs.
That segment specifically has not been played. I looked it up since National Chocolate Cake Day, which was months ago. So relax, bro.
Yeah,
settle
relax.
Down.
SDI guy. But I love that. Happy birthday to you, Jimmy. That was your birthday gift on National Cake Day. 4 o'clock hour's coming up. We'll get headlines. Josh Appel is going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game or a fight over the holiday weekend. They got HD TVs throughout the club and VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And you know, Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. They wish everyone listening a happy Thanksgiving, happy and healthy Thanksgiving from Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. And of course, you're looking for a place to give thanks over the holiday weekend, Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach might be the place. And then, of course, you've got football, girls, and beer every Sunday. And then Monday night, enjoy hundreds of beautiful, exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Watch all the games live while you enjoy the coldest beer in town. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I didn't realize you were such an expert on this.
I didn't realize you were such an idiot.
call you, I need you, my heart's on fire.
All-time banger, Jimmy.
You come to
The
me,
burner,
come
Tina Turner.
wild and wire.
What are you playing this for?
You come to me.
Well, for me, first of all. Secondly, today is
Simply the best? You're playing for yourself?
Today is her birthday.
You got to put your headphones on, Jimmy, because then you can't hear.
You couldn't hear. He got caught off guard that I was talking to him, even though I talked to him a lot at the beginning of a segment.
And he's playing a song for himself.
You're playing Simply the Best for yourself?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You mean for your birthday?
Yeah.
Simply the Best for yourself?
Yeah.
Huh. Fascinating to me. You said, I want, and so when you played DJ Khaled, All I Do Is Win earlier, was that for you too?
Sort of, but
oh man.
And what yeah, I don't know if I have time to get this involved.
I think we do, Hoch. I think we do have time.
All right. I mean, in my opinion, you are simply the best. And if I was picking music for you, I might pick Tina Turner's Simply the Best. But you're just picking it for yourself. Fascinating. It's really a fascinating.
And it's also DJ Khaled's birthday as well, so that's why I played it.
Well, that makes sense. All right. Well, happy 40th. You are simply the best. You really are. We love you, Jimmy.
Love you too.
Te quiero mucho.
Te quiero mucho también.
Well, that's nice. Let's do headlines here for the 4 o'clock hour, Solana. And Jimmy, whenever you need to leave to get what is going to be the longest afternoon, I've got the Spilkus over the afternoon you have carved out getting to the Panthers game, which should be just so easy. You take off from the radio station, you go to the Panthers game. Somehow you've turned this into an ordeal that I would bail on if it was me. Like I would be so obsessed over what you have to do next to get to the Panthers game tonight. Because the Panthers game starts, 3 hours from now? It's a 7 o'clock start?
It is.
Yeah. So you've still got to get from the radio station home to then start driving back to the arena, but you have to stop at Publix to get 4 subs, which in itself is a 38-minute process. I literally, I've got the Spilkus over what Jimmy has to go through next to get to the Panthers game. God bless the youth. I couldn't do it at 56.
The youth. 40, huh?
I know. Well, for me, that's the youth. Appel's a toddler.
I don't feel 40.
Yeah, you don't look 40. Let's get headlines brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen or DurrellVolkswagen.com.
Somebody wants to see Jimmy rejoin the show from Publix.
I do too. That's a great idea. Wow, printing and graphics. I want you to check in. But I mean, you don't even have to do it on the show. Just keep texting me. I want to know when you get to the arena.
You got
it. Are the Garcias normally late to things, or are you guys always timely?
Oh no, we're on time to things.
Somebody says, "Don't worry, Jimmy. Nobody's traveling today. Shouldn't be any traffic."
Old plan. Yep. I should get there on time.
All right.
It's like Crowder texting us. Maybe not the best day to travel.
You get caught up in Maryland. I don't know if today was the best day to travel. Somebody says normally the Miami Lakes Publix is packed. Imagine 5 p.m. the day before Thanksgiving.
My brother just texted me right now. I'm buying the subs before we leave.
Don't ruin our bit. Don't tell your brother to mind his own business.
I think he heard you because he's listening.
Tell him not to ruin the bit.
Hey, bro, don't ruin the bit.
Funny.
All right, Hawk. Just a reminder, when Appel does log on later, I want to know about his thoughts on USF losing their head coach. Alex Golish is going to take the Arkansas head coaching job, according to several different outlets. Sticking with college football, though, we know. Big game Saturday for the Miami Hurricanes. They've got to win, and you feel like they have to have a convincing win over Pitt, but it's not going to be easy. Pitt is a really good team this season, as evidenced by Gino Torretta really kind of driving that point home yesterday. This will be a tough game. That'll be noon on Saturday.
Let's see what the line is still on that game. Because what was it? It was 6.5?
6.5, you said earlier.
Let's see. There are a lot of games on Friday.
Normally the Canes play Friday.
Sometimes they do, yeah.
Yeah,
Canes are still 6.5 point favorites at Pitt.
What are you thinking?
I mean, they need a big, convincing victory, but man, they have a tough time with big, convincing victories.
Is there any chance, and I'm not trying to do this, I just popped in my head, is there any chance if the Canes don't pull that win out, there could be a coaching change?
No.
Any
Zero chance.
Okay.
Right. Zero chance.
And again, I'm not calling for that. I was just wondering.
Yeah, zero chance.
Because I know there was part of the fan base that was very upset after the SMU loss, and
it just cannot financially be done by the University of Miami. Not this early on in Mario's tenure.
I got you. All right, so there's an NBA Cup game tonight. Jimmy's going to go to the Amerant Bank Arena. I'll be headed to the Kaseya Center. The Miami Heat host the Milwaukee Bucks. Hawk, I'm going to break down the NBA Cup standings as it pertains to the Heat and the Bucks tonight, okay?
All right, I'll go to the bathroom.
Okay, perfect. Talk to you in a little. All right, so for everybody that's going to lock in here, okay? Miami's 2-1. They're in second place in East Group C. Top teams advance out of every group, and then there's one wild card. The Bucks are 2-0. If the Heat beat the Bucks, their point differential will be significantly higher than the Bucks, and they'll have the head-to-head. But New York has the head-to-head against Miami. If the Knicks lose today and the Heat win, they're going to win East Group C. They're going to advance. If the Knicks win,
I've lost track. What happens? The Heat need to win tonight?
The Heat must win tonight if they want to advance. There is a path to them advancing with a loss, but it gets very murky there. If they win today, they're not guaranteed to advance, but they're pretty much going to advance, whether as the winners of the group or as the team with the best point differential as the wild card.
Gotcha.
So today, Heat got to win this game today if they want to advance for NBA Cup purposes.
All right.
Then they'd play a knockout game, whether at home or on the road. And then if they win that one, semifinal and final get played in Las Vegas. And you win a nice chunk of change if you advance to the semifinal or the final.
Somebody writes in, and we've had this discussion on the show, but somebody says NBA Cup is just head-scratching. Have one championship. Winning this one doesn't do anything for you. Does it do anything for you other than the monetary reward? And I understand, let's not have the conversation about European soccer tournaments and all that stuff. Is there any tangential benefit to the winner of the NBA Cup when it comes to the postseason?
There is none, because the Lakers won the NBA Cup the first year that it happened, and they were not any legitimate content. Like, they weren't in any spot to be contending towards the end of the season that year. And then last year, the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Cup, and it meant nothing because Damian Lillard tore his Achilles in the playoffs, and they were done. So
it doesn't automatically give you home court advantage if you make the playoffs and you're
no.
Yeah, so there's no benefit other than winning the cup. It's just a little something cutesy during the season.
Yes, 100%. But I go back to, I know you don't want to do the soccer thing, and I won't bring it up, but everybody's biggest criticism of the NBA was what, Hawk? regular season games
the
don't
regular
matter.
season games don't matter. I'm having a different conversation than that.
I know.
Because I'm not saying that the cup is a bad idea. I was just curious if there was also anything attached other than the monetary reward.
Zero attached to it other than the actual NBA Cup. I mean, it does impact regular season records.
Well, just like a regular game does.
Correct. I mean, this game tonight is one of 82 for the Miami Heat, but it also has cup implications. So, I mean, that's really the only like tangible difference that it actually impacts at the end of the season. But no, an NBA Cup win or winning the actual entire NBA Cup does not do anything come April for playoff standings, for home court advantage, for anything. It does not matter. Period. End of story.
All right.
But I just, I know we've talked about it and we don't have to get into it again, but I don't understand people that are just flat out opposed to it because...
Well, people don't understand it. People don't understand that this is commonplace across Europe. It doesn't make much sense to the American sports mind to have a tournament within a season that doesn't have any kind of bearing on anything.
But why? Like, this is year 3 of it. If you still don't understand it, then
I don't understand it. I understand that it happens all over the place, but I don't understand it. It doesn't have any bearing on anything.
What's not to understand? This game...
I just told you.
No, but I'm saying, like, what don't you understand about this tournament? Like,
it would be equivalent to me, again, American sports fan, of saying there's going to be an award at the end of the year for the team that won the most Friday or Saturday night games. It's our in-cup weekend spectacular. There's no benefit to it. It doesn't matter. It's a made-up little tournament and award.
But the benefit is that players, teams, franchises have higher incentives to play in November, in December. And all I see from NBA fans and sports fans in general is that they're upset with the players for taking nights off. They're upset at the fact that the Heat could be
no one's arguing it. I'm just saying it doesn't matter.
But you're saying, like, what's the benefit? And I'm telling you, this is the benefit that a game in November, on November 26th, between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo is thinking about coming back from injury earlier to play in a game tonight because it would put his team in an opportunity to go win a second straight NBA
But you
Cup.
think that's why? You think NBA players are rushing back from injury because they want to win the NBA Cup? I don't.
Not blanket statement, but I do think tonight's game, Eric Spoelstra and this Heat roster are saying this game matters. Treat this game like it has stakes attached to it because it does. Because we want to go and potentially earn an extra $500,000.
No, I get the monetary element of it, but that doesn't mean anything for Norman Powell, and it doesn't mean anything for Giannis, and it doesn't mean anything for the superstar players who are the ones who really determine wins and losses.
At the end of the day, what's really happening here is people, when this tournament was brought into place by the NBA, was instituted, people just said, I don't care about this and I'm never going to care about it. Instead of saying, hey, maybe I didn't care about it at the very beginning, I didn't understand it, but it's 3 years in, and there's actually been better basketball being played at the beginning of the year. And
I think that's great. I think that's great.
Yeah.
But it is as arbitrary as saying at the end of the season, we crown a Friday, Saturday night champion, and every player gets $500,000.
It's not. That's not it's not arbitrary like that because there's an actual method in place here for games to be played with cup implications.
Yeah,
And
but
just
so
saying,
would Friday and Saturday nights.
no, well, but there's no cup set up for it.
But I'm saying you could just as easily make an award for it. It has as much to do with the regular season.
Sure, I mean, sure, but they're not doing that.
That's all
They're
I'm
doing
saying.
this. Okay,
No, that's fine. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's arbitrary.
Yeah, I don't think it is arbitrary. I think there is a cup in place. There is a system in place for these games, and there is literally an entire bracket set up for it. It's not the same as just saying, well, at the end of the year, whoever wins the most Friday night games, we're going to give you more money. I don't see those two as being comparable because
it
this
is
set
the
up
same.
properly.
It's Wednesdays and Fridays, right? For 2 months.
Some Tuesdays, some Wednesdays, and Fridays. Yeah, for the first.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. So instead of for the entire season, they go, hey, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday night games for 2 months.
No, because you're Hawk, there's a group in play. So you only play teams from your group.
No, I get it. I get how the group, I get that.
I know you do, but that's why I'm saying it's not the same as just saying, well, whoever wins the most Friday and Tuesday night games.
Yeah, but it makes as much sense as doing that.
Whatever, man. You don't want to watch the NBA Cup. You don't like the courts, then don't watch it. All right.
I like watching the NBA Cup, but it's just watching an NBA game.
Correct. But you have you have higher stakes in a game like tonight, which is why I don't understand why people are against it, because everybody hates the fact that NBA doesn't start till Christmas. The players don't care. And this solves that. This gives you meaning for a November 26th game, but the same people who are being flat out hypocrites, who are complaining about games not mattering, who are complaining about players not wanting to play in the first couple months of the season, are also the same people saying, oh, NBA Cup, stupid idea, FU NBA, players make too much money anyways. Well, then don't complain. Don't complain about the games not mattering. Don't say the NBA sucks because nobody cares about the regular season. And don't say that nobody wants to watch the NBA until April if you're also the same person who says, hey, guess what? They actually devised a plan to make the NBA games matter in November. I'm not going to watch that either. Well, then what do you want?
Yeah, but, by that argument, there's an 82-game season. Why do you need extra incentive to, I'll play the devil's advocate. You do make enough money. You're telling me on top of your salaries, you need to make an extra $500,000 and you need to be able to raise a banner in order for you to take a game seriously in November? I get that. I get that as well.
Not what I'm arguing here.
It is what you're arguing. You're saying that solves players resting, and I don't think it does. I've seen plenty of players take time off during these last 2 months.
I'm not saying it solves players resting. I'm telling you it solves a critical issue, which is that people don't think anybody cares about regular season games. And here you are in a situation where a regular season game adds meaning. A game against the Chicago Bulls where the Heat are up 40 points in the fourth quarter, rather than saying, hey, we're going to put Myron Gardner in the game and let him jack up threes for the last 8 minutes. They kept Norman Powell in the game. They kept Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo in the game because it had to, for point differential purposes, continue to run up the score.
But it doesn't mean anything at the end of the season. It doesn't do anything record-wise. It doesn't do anything seeding-wise. So it doesn't make a difference.
And guess what? At the end of the season, you have your playoffs to get ready for. So you won't even be thinking about the NBA Cup. It won't matter. But now we get to watch the NBA Cup.
Right. But it doesn't matter.
Well, to you, but to me, it does. I'm invested in the NBA Cup. I care about it. I want to see the Heat win the NBA Cup. I think that's the point of the Cup. A team.
I'd love to see them win it as well, but there's literally no difference that it makes in the season if they do or don't, unless you're super happy that Davion Mitchell gets an extra $500,000.
Well, I consider it differently. I'm looking at it and saying, I think the NBA Cup is cool. I think it's a good idea. And to me, watching them win the NBA Cup would be fun. It would be fun.
But I'm not saying it wouldn't. But it has zero effect on the season. Zero.
The actual NBA regular season, zero. I'm with you.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm not arguing that. I'm not. Anyways, tonight, 7:30 p.m. Tune in or don't.
Can't wait.
Panthers, Flyers at 7. The Heat are going to play, by the way, on Saturday night. I know you're not going to be here before then, Hawk, against the Detroit Pistons. That will be a good game just from the standpoint of Detroit right now is dominating.
Probably a 1-2 matchup in the East.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Could be. You want to revisit who had the higher grade in that NBA?
No, I wasn't joking though. That is the 1-2 matchup in the East, in my opinion, right now.
And of course, we have our Thanksgiving Day football tomorrow, just to round out headlines, which almost, I want to say partly, but you can probably listen to most of those games, 2 out of the 3, here on WQAM tomorrow.
That is true.
The second game is on Waxy.
Ah, that's right, because of the Hurricanes basketball game.
Yep. Thanks, Jimmy.
The third game is on 104.3, though, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah.
Hoch, should we just keep headlines going here so Jimmy never leaves and he shows up late to the
Are you going to leave after this, Jimmy?
Yes, I am.
Oh, look at you. Very excited, aren't you?
Very.
Your weather in South Florida, partly cloudy. Tonight, the lows, they're going to drop into the mid-70s. That is brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. The fact that I got Hawk, I baited Hawk into an NBA Cup debate is truly one of my favorite things to happen all season long.
But I put you in a corner.
I don't think you did.
I put baby in a corner.
Well, what's not fair is my favorite argument. You're like, oh, you can't use that argument, which is the European soccer model, which is literally the argument that I think matters in this entire thing. But whatever.
Yeah, if you like it so much over in Europe, move over there.
Somebody was very upset with us, by the way. I uploaded the history lesson segment from yesterday's show regarding the Big Ben clock and our entire conversation about the Liberty Bell. And there was one person who was very, very, very upset with how we handled the entire Liberty Bell and Big Ben clock discussion. I mean, I don't know if it was a history major watching our show. I don't know why, but man, were they upset that we weren't taking history a little bit more seriously.
All right.
All right, Hawk, that's all I got for you.
All right. Josh Appel is going to join us in the next segment, and then he'll stick around for the 5 o'clock headlines so that Solana can leave for the Kaseya Center. Jimmy's going to take off for the Amarin Bank Arena and, several stops before then. But happy birthday, Jimmy. I hope you enjoy your 40th birthday, and we can't wait to see you next week, of course, because this will be our final show this week. So happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, Hawk. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Hearth Day, as Appel would say it, as a Wamba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's happy birthday to get, Anyway. All right, we'll take a break. Josh Appel is going to join us next.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm not a huge mac and cheese guy.
What?
WQAM.
easy to find us. Listen to WQAM on FM 104.3 or on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Wow, that was so easy.
All of our shows are there live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed. Anytime.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city.
I love this song.
We built this city on rock.
I absolutely love this song, and Starship was derided for making this because it's so unlike what Jefferson Airplane stood for, which was the first incarnation of the band. It went from Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship to Starship. But this song, which I think is an all-time banger, many, old Jefferson Airplane fans who they played at Woodstock, people thought that this was like the biggest sellout of a song. They went from rock and anti-establishment stuff to the most pop song from the 80s that you could create. But I don't care. I love it. I have a feeling Dan Day loves it too. Dan Day is taking over for Jimmy, who's going to celebrate his 40th birthday at the Panthers game tonight. And do you like this song, Dan?
Oh, yeah. I liked White Rabbit all the way, too.
Yeah.
We built this city, man. This is an 80s all-time banger.
Amazing catalog of hits. Solana is still with us this segment. Then he'll take off for the Kaseya Center. He'll be on preheat tonight starting at 6:15. We got a little NBA Cup action. Josh Appel is joining us as well. You into this NBA Cup, Appel?
I'm into the Heat. So whatever the Heat are doing, I'm into.
The NBA Cup specifically, though?
Generally speaking, nah, not for me. give me regular season hockey.
Trying to annoy Solana at this point. And
Working.
half the chatters. Josh Appel is going to sit in with me here for a couple of segments. What call are you on this weekend for Sports USA?
We've got Rams-Panthers this weekend in Charlotte. Matthew Stafford, leading MVP candidate. Devontae Adams, not that he needed resurrection, but leads the league in touchdowns after toiling away with the Jets and the Raiders the last couple of years. And Puka Nacua and that great Rams defense. Don Shula's son, maybe a Dolphins head coaching candidate in the
Possible. We had lunch today, and you mentioned to me, you heard us yesterday talking about Bryce Young versus Tua, and you've got a Panthers game, and I think you've had some this season, no? Haven't you called
Yeah,
some
this is the third Panthers game I have this year.
You have one game. The fate of the universe is on the quarterback's shoulders to quarterback a team for one victory to save ourselves from the aliens. Do you take Bryce Young or Tua Tagovailoa?
I like, we've done this hypothetical before. I'm taking Bryce Young. The current versions of the two guys. I'm taking Bryce Young. I've seen Bryce Young.
I thought you said Tua at lunch today.
No, that was Witty.
I thought I was launching it up there for you to be on my side on that.
No,
one.
Witty was on your side. I want Bryce Young. I've seen Bryce Young since about since returning from being benched last year, play really solid football, and he's led a number of fourth quarter comebacks and excelled in those spots where Tua has failed a bit this year. So for that reason, I'll take Bryce Young. And I love Tedero McMillan. Your boy Rico Dowdle is like Barry Sanders. They've got a good play caller too, and Dave Canales. So
they went head to head already this year.
Yeah, and Bryce Young let him down the field and won.
Yeah, he was better than Tua. Better than Tua in that game. I mean,
Tua's had a better NFL career than Bryce Young, though.
Yes, but I'm talking right now about the current versions of the two players.
Because all I'm saying is, forget about the head-to-head this season. You have to win one game, and don't even make it for the fate of the universe. You're in a playoff game.
Well, that changes the math a little bit.
Let's say you're in a wild card game. You're telling me you'd feel more confident with Bryce Young as your quarterback than Tua?
Honestly, I've seen Tua in big spots in his career, and I know that I've defended him before about those games, and I know that we just watched Bryce Young not play so great on Monday Night Football against San Francisco. But I've also seen Bryce Young do it at the end of games in clutch moments, and I haven't really seen this version of Tua do that. I haven't seen him play well in these big games outside of like the Cowboys game in 2023.
Are we not including the national championship game?
We're doing that. Like you,
well,
this is
it's a pretty big. It's a pretty big game.
I mean, it's not like Bryce Young didn't play in big games in Alabama too.
Did you ever win a national championship?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, I didn't know. I had a 50-50 chance of hammering home my point there. Have you changed your mind on this, Solana? Because yesterday you were vacillating all over the place on this.
Wasn't really vacillating all over the place. I talked myself out of Bryce Young just because I watched Bryce Young on Monday Night Football, and it was not pretty. But the more and more we talked about the idea of in Mike McDaniel's system, with Tyreek Hill, with Devon Achane, with actual weapons, look how much better Bryce Young has looked this season with a better offensive line. Look how much better he's looked this season. Tua has regressed this season. The current version of Bryce Young is better than the current version of Tua Tagovailoa, in my opinion.
I think one of you brought this up yesterday, and this is a big part of the equation for me. Bryce Young can use his legs if he needs to.
That's true.
He's had a bit of a down year in that category. But he had 6 rushing touchdowns last year. Was run for 250 yards each of the last 2 years. I mean, that's a big element that Tua is missing as well.
Appel, you were on the call of the Saints game last week. Dolphins have the Saints on Sunday. Dolphins are 5.5-point favorites. What are you thinking after watching? You've watched the Dolphins all season, but you watched the Saints in person last weekend.
The Saints are going to annoy you. I'm just putting that out there now. They're going to annoy you. They have a solid defense with some names you recognize. Demario Davis, tackling machine. Chase Young, Cameron Jordan, Carl Granderson. They've got a solid secondary. Their defense overall is pretty decent, I would say. Tyler Shuck, since he took over as a starting quarterback, they moved the ball a bit better. They beat that Panthers team a couple of weeks ago, 17-7 in Charlotte. So I think they're going to be an annoying matchup for the Dolphins. I do think they'll beat them because the Saints fall victim to things that 2-9 teams fall victim to. They had 3 possessions last week inside the red zone. 1 drive started at the 16-yard line, and in 2 other instances, they got the ball to the 1-yard line. And in those 3 possessions, they came away with 3 points. Turnovers are still a big issue for them on offense, and Tyler Shuck's a rookie quarterback who has shown flashes at times, but he's still a rookie, and it's asking a lot for him to go on the road to a very difficult environment like Hard Rock Stadium. And
so you're saying the Dolphins are going to win their 3rd in a row on Sunday?
I think the Dolphins should win. And it might be a close game because, again, like the Saints are just annoying. Kellen Moore, their head coach, is someone the Dolphins interviewed for their head coach position in the past. Obviously ended up choosing Mike McDaniel instead. I like Kellen Moore, but again, I don't know what the health of Alvin Kamara is. He left last week with a knee injury. He's already been dealing with an ankle injury. I don't know what they're going to look like. So I think the Dolphins roll on Sunday, but don't be surprised if it's just an annoying game that is closer than maybe you would expect.
If this game was being played in New Orleans, would you feel differently about the result of the game? Because I think the fact that it's being played in Miami, I feel better about it, but I wonder, like, it doesn't matter. The Saints are bad. The Dolphins should beat them no matter where they're playing.
Listen, I have so much respect for the Saints fan base. They still, I mean, Falcons fans and Saints fans packed the Superdome on Sunday, but like outside of a snippet of the game where the Saints, after a pick 6, they kind of got juiced in the stadium. It is not the same road environment that you remember from when Drew Brees was there, or even like the early Derek Carr days. It is a bit depressing in there at times. So I think like 1 or 2 big plays from the opposition takes the crowd out of it immediately. And by the middle of the 4th quarter, the place is empty. So I don't think like in 2025, going to the Superdome is as big of a challenge as it used to be.
Hey, Hawk, by the way, if Tua has a great game against New Orleans, you win the Tua versus Bryce Young debate, because Bryce Young, I'm just looking at his stats against the Saints, 124 yards, 1 interception, 17 of 25. I mean,
Bryce Young puts up some real clunkers. You guys seem to be
such a weird
ignoring that.
He's such a weird quarterback. But again, the guy at the end of games in the 4th quarter, when it's within a score, he turns into a different guy. It's crazy. how good he is at the end of games. But like if you look up his numbers, he's had only 2 games this season where he's thrown for more than 200 yards. He's basically they drafted essentially a game manager, number 1 overall, a couple of years ago, and that's what they're stuck with. He's just flashed enough at end of games and in situations where I've seen Tua fail and Bryce Young succeed. Head to head, we've seen it this year, where that's kind of where I lean.
Appel was in New Orleans on Sunday. He was there over the weekend. Dan Day is from New Orleans. Would a New Orleanian ever go to Cafe Du Monde, Dan, or is that for tourists only?
No, 100% New Orleanians go to Cafe Du Monde. When you're leaving the quarter at like 4 a.m. and you eat some coffee to get you home or some beignets, yeah, all the time.
How about this, though?
Dan, you go to the original one at the airport,
No,
right?
this is exactly what I'm going to ask, because he just said when you're leaving the quarter. So you're leaving the French Quarter. We all know where the original Cafe Du Monde is. Now, Appel's gone several times to call Saints games over the last couple of years, and he'll text me a picture of Cafe Du Monde in a mall, at the airport, and it's always the same thing. Can't believe there's no line. Going to get some beignets. Is there any point in stopping at Cafe Du Monde at the airport rather than the French Quarter?
No.
Why? It's the original one.
It's not. The airport is not the original one.
What are you talking about?
There's something special about that one in the French Quarter, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you just got the foot traffic, you've got the excitement, you got the energy, you got the street performers, you have so much going on. It's just right in the middle of everything.
There's a place there called Cafe Beignets, and I feel like it's like there was a ton of people there. Like it was slammed. But I feel like that's such a ripoff of Cafe. It's just such a lazy ripoff of Cafe Du Monde. Like Dan, you're going to tell me it's probably a local spot that's been there for years, and maybe it is. But to me, who's just a tourist, it just sounds like some private equity firm was like, I'm going to buy up this store here, and I'm going to make a place called Cafe Beignets.
Total difference is the Cafe Du Monde beignets are hollow on the inside. Cafe beignets are dense on the inside. So if you like a dense beignet, you go to Cafe Beignet. If you like hollow, biting into air almost, that's
Cafe I like
beignet.
the airy ones. I didn't realize that was the difference. I had, when I was in New Orleans most recently, I had the same experience. And I'm with my wife and kid. The Cafe Du Monde line is down the street. And then Cafe Beignet, you can kind of waltz right in. And I felt like Appel did, where like next to Pizzeria Uno in Chicago, somebody putting up Deep Dish Pizza Cafe and just getting the spillover traffic and going, oh yeah, Chicago Deep Dish Pizza Cafe. So you're saying that there is an actual difference. There are people in New Orleans who prefer Cafe Beignet over Cafe Du Monde.
I would say most people in New Orleans prefer Cafe Beignet over Cafe Du Monde.
Shocking piece of information we've received.
Sandy, you would agree Cafe Du Monde kind of jumped the shark, right? It's just no joke. I've been to both, and I also had beignets sent to me via room service last time I was in New Orleans. Those were better than the Cafe Du Monde beignets that I had.
Wait a second. No, come on, Dan. You can't nod your head that room service beignets are better than anything you could get on a street in New Orleans.
Some of these hotels are big time. I do know Cafe Du Monde is a lot of hype. It's not as much substance. I will say that, because their Cafe au lait is okay. Their beignets are hollow, kind of. The rest of the stuff there, it's interesting and good, but yeah, not a place like I ever went outside of stumbling out of Bourbon Street or the Quarter at like 3-4 in the morning, wanting some coffee and something to soak it up.
You have to go to the original one in the mall. That's your problem.
Louis Armstrong, Moisin Airport.
Where did we stay? I think we stayed at a hotel called the Windsor Court.
Yep.
And we did get beignets, in the dining room there, and they were fantastic.
Yeah, my hotel had the same. Yeah.
Well, you were at the airport Marriott.
No, I was staying in the French Quarter.
You weren't at the Windsor Court.
I was not at the Wart.
I didn't want to flex. I said at the Ritz, but this was on the Dolphins' dime. I don't even know if they knew I was ordering room service every night. Thank you very much, Miami Dolphins. The beignets at the Ritz-Carlton was unbelievable.
But to Dan's point, having a beignet and a coffee, and there's a million people waltzing around on the street. Half of them are effed up beyond recognition. They're street performers. Like that to me is the spot where it would be like ordering a hurricane to room service and saying, "Oh, it's a delicious drink." Well, yeah, but you're not exactly getting urinated on while you're drinking it on the street.
I told Hoch this when I went there, but I went back to the po' boy shop that I visited as Ed Orgeron.
Oh yeah,
during the Super Bowl, and the woman who owns it remembered me from the bit. She might have just been saying that, but she remembered it. She goes, "Oh, you sat right there at that table." I said, "You bet I did."
Stop it! That was a great bit that we did. You remember that, Solana? He went there. He ordered a po' boy as Ed Orgeron.
As Ed Orgeron, that was a great bit.
All right. You got to get out of here, Solana.
I do. Yeah, I got to go watch an NBA Cup game, Hoch. Can't wait.
Oh, big night for you. That's very exciting.
Hey, I love the shirt. You're very professional.
Yeah, he looks good. Oh, you're talking about him or me?
I was talking about Dan Day.
Go have a good call tonight. You'll hear Solana and Tommy Tig on Preheat beginning at 6:15 on this radio station, and then you will hear Jason Jackson and Amy Audibert on the call tonight for Heat and Bucks NBA Cup action. That tips off at 7:30. Josh Appel's going to stick around. He'll handle headlines for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour. I tell you all the time, Twin Peaks can be your headquarters for football season. You hunker down at Twin Peaks. You watch some college or pro football. Canes are in action Saturday at Pitt, noon game. You can enjoy it with full sound at Twin Peaks. Dolphins are in action Sunday at 1. You can watch it with tons of other Fins fans at any Twin Peaks location. And then, of course, hockey, basketball, MLS playoffs. I mean, it's all right there for you at Twin Peaks. Bar stools and corner booths that rival courtside seats. The Lodge is your Hoops headquarters all season long. Friday, of course, is Black Friday. And I always say maybe the wife, the girlfriend wants to go shopping all day on Black Friday. You, fellas, hang out and chill at Twin Peaks. And if your wife or girlfriend going to do shopping in the Davie area where that Twin Peaks that we used to do the live broadcast is at on University Drive, I mean, there's so much shopping around there. You hunker down at that Twin Peaks in Davie and enjoy some of those 29-degree drafts. That's doing Black Friday right. Of course, no one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, they've got everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. You've got Twin Peaks all over South Florida for you to enjoy. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You adopted the darkness. I was born there.
Traffic on WQA.
to your favorite shows and favorite teams on WQAM.
How is that, if I may ask?
We're at FM 104.3, or you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. Check it out now.
This is the legendary WQAM FM and HD1 Miramar, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. WQAM Miami, an Odyssey sports station. The home of Joe Rose with Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hoch, Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
¡Llegó el pavo! ¡Llegó el pavo!
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. Brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. And we all love Funky Buddha. Me and Josh Appel and Dan Day. We're down to the three of us here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour on this Wednesday that feels like a Friday. Although Appel will be joining the listeners on Friday, filling in for us. But a couple notes for Funky Buddha. Give the gift of beer this holiday season with the Imperial Club. So, you're thinking about what you're going to buy for people on your holiday list. If you've got a beer lover, give them a membership, if you will, to the Imperial Club at Funky Buddha. It's a members-only club that grants access to 5 exclusive barrel-aged beers, each with collectible, unique labels every year. And their latest release is French Toast. So you can pick that up at the Tap Room in Oakland Park. If you're going to the Panthers game tonight, like Jimmy is for his 40th birthday, you can stop by the Funky Buddha Tap Room right there at the Amerant Bank Arena. And then I've been reminding you, if you're the person who books your holiday party at your office, your workplace, your holiday party at Funky Buddha Brewery in Oakland Park, I mean, all the craft beers on tap. They have space for 15 to 500 people. And then you've got Chef Jeff Vincent, who's one of the best executive chefs in the business, and they will make your party more memorable than any holiday party you've ever had. And they book up fast, so you could lock in your date right now at funkybuddha.com. So one of the things that we talk about on this show, Appel and Dan, is that Chef Jeff, they do a menu item for every Dolphins game that's based on the opponent's city. And they play the Saints this week. So if you're not going to the game and you want to watch it at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park, you could do so. Chef Jeff has a New Orleans dish on the menu for Sunday. Appel, I think Dan knows because I think I told him the other day while we were at the station. Josh, do you want to guess what the menu item is?
It's one of 3 things. It's either gumbo, a po' boy, or a beignet. It's one of those 3.
Not a muffaletta.
No one knows what that is.
Everyone knows what that is.
No, I'm not so
And
sure.
Not etouffee.
Not etouffee.
Could
No
be
one
oysters, Josh. You love the oysters at Drago's.
If Chef Jeff is putting together some Drago's charbroiled oysters inspired food, I might have to have Ryan put some aside for me.
Well, the dish at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park on Sunday, available Sunday only during the Dolphins Saints game. Fried oyster po' boy with Cajun spiced remoulade.
Wow. Love remoulade.
Or remoulade.
Do you know what remoulade is, Appel?
No clue. Some sort of sauce.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You would get it without, and you say remoulade, right, Dan, because you're New Orleanian?
Remoulade.
Yeah. Humans say remoulade, but New Orleanians, they don't. You would, I'm guessing Appel would get it sans remoulade.
I would try it with it.
You would?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Get it on the side, because then you can either dip or you can taste
Yeah.
first and see how much you want to apply. Call it dressing your po' boy. You dress your po' boy.
Have you ever had a fried oyster po' boy, Dan? Because usually I'm familiar with shrimp po' boys. That's about it.
Oh, growing up, that was my favorite. Fried oyster po' boys. You either get them dressed, which is, tomato, lettuce, mayo, ketchup, or you get them just with ketchup. But yeah, I love oyster po' boy.
Friend of the show, Brobel, was at Johnny's Po' Boys with me on Saturday, and he ended up getting a fried catfish po' boy.
Ooh, I bet that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, this place is one of those where you walk inside and it's just churning out po' boys, long line of people, little dingy looking inside, but those are always the best places.
Those are the best ones. All right, let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour. Appel is in for Solana. Dan Day is in for Jimmy. And headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
All right, so the Dolphins we were just talking about, they host the Saints this weekend, 1 o'clock. The Dolphins are 6-point favorites. The over-under is 42.5.
All right. I saw 5.5 on the Hard Rock app. Is it up to 6?
I'm just going off of what ESPN, I guess this is ESPN bets.
That still exist?
I guess it's independent, or didn't DraftKings or someone like buy it out?
Yeah, but I think ESPN bet has like an end date on it. I don't know if it's in December. I don't know if it's already gone or not.
Well, as of now, it's still under the ESPN bet umbrella.
Well, 5.5 on the Hard Rock app. Dolphins minus 5.5.
There you go. Okay, we've got Thanksgiving football and Black Friday football coming up. Green Bay is at Detroit, 1 o'clock. Lions are a 3-point favorite.
2.5 on the Hard Rock app.
I'll just let you give the Hard Rock.
Well, and ESPN app sounds like it's got crappy lines.
Yeah. Kansas City and Dallas.
No wonder they're going out of business.
Kansas City is at Dallas. I love this Dallas team, I think.
So do I.
I was really skeptical of the Brian Schottenheimer thing. Guy's never been a head coach. Decent OC for his entire career. And Jerry's like, all right, here's a team that's not going to be as good. We just traded Micah Parsons. Good luck. And that is one of the best offenses in the league this year. George Pickens has been one of the most productive wide receivers. And now they got Quinnen Williams. Logan Wilson came from Cincinnati. Overshowing's really good on that defense. I like this Cowboys team tomorrow.
I have a parlay working with the Lions laying the 2.5, the Cowboys getting the 3 at home, and the Ravens laying the 7 against Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Man, that Ravens one is tough because I like they struggled a bit with the Jets this past weekend. They ultimately won, obviously, but they're going to win that division because the Steelers are falling off a cliff, and Baltimore just is going to be able to out-talent their way to that division title. But something just feels off with them. So I wouldn't be surprised if in Burrow's return, he's able to keep it close. But at the same time, that Al Golden defense is maybe the worst defense. Maybe the worst defense in the history of football.
And defense.
Yeah, could be.
Mm-hmm.
And then Black Friday, your Bears, Hoch, and the Eagles. The Eagles can't score any points. The Bears score 1 million points, but the Eagles have the Fangs defense. That one's
Eagles
Friday,
are
Black Friday. Yep.
7-point favorites. Of course, my wife is from Philly. My son is a huge Bears fan. This will be a heavily contested game in the Hochman household. I think I lean towards the Bears getting the 7 points.
I do too.
It's one of those seasons where they're just coming up with wins. No one knows how. They're not really getting blown out a lot as of late. So 7 does seem a lot. And I know, everyone's going to say, oh, Philly at home, and Philly is absolutely a better team than Chicago. But, man, the Bears are just doing it. In weird ways, they're getting it done.
7 points is a lot. I'm surprised that's the line. All right, the Heat, big, massive, huge NBA Cup game tonight.
No one can wait for this. Everyone probably has their Wednesday night planned around the TV or the radio. Because it's the NBA Cup, you see.
Yes, the NUP. They host Milwaukee tonight, and they're decent favorites, Hoch.
8.5.
That's what ESPN Bet has.
35 on the ESPN app.
I don't know what the stakes are for this one tonight, but NBA Cup. I'm sure the Heat are thrilled at how we're promoting this game that'll air on this station.
I just think it's a great Wednesday night matchup. I don't understand. Again, I get the NBA Cup, and I happen to like the cutesy courts. Like, I'm with that. But it doesn't have any direct bearing on the end of the season. That's all I was saying.
Well, listen, how can you not root for the Heat and all their players to make a little extra money if they win the tournament? I mean, how is that not incentive
where
for
it's
you
like, there is vested interest. They make $500,000 if they win. Oh, okay. I didn't know that Khalil Ware was going to get an extra $500,000. That's very exciting to me.
The Panthers, fresh off scoring 8 goals on Monday.
That was fun, huh?
Against the Predators. Yeah, it was. They went up 2-0, and then the Predators came right back, and I was like, all right, let's settle down a bit here, boys. And Panthers ended up scoring 8 and winning that game in Nashville. They take on the Flyers tonight. Puck drop at 7:00 at Amerant Bank Arena.
Panthers tonight, -180 favorites, or on the goal line, -1.5 goals at +140.
Solana was talking about Alex Golesh reportedly leaving USF and going to Arkansas. And I heard that he wanted to hear my thoughts.
Yes, go ahead.
I love Alex Golesh for what he did at USF. I think Arkansas is a really tough job for him. I don't think a lot of people have like Sam Pittman, I think, made a bowl game or two there, and that was like the height of their success in recent years. They fired a lot of coaches as of late. It's really tough to win there. I'm not sure I like that job for him. But good luck. And if I'm USF, they interviewed Willie Simmons last time the job was open. I might go knock on that door one more time.
Really? You're going to steal him? Steal him from FIU?
Yeah, I would love that. There are a handful of guys that I look at and I'm like, all right, I can talk myself into that. I'm seeing too much John Gruden. I hate that John Gruden's name is coming up for every open job. I don't want
every open job.
It's ridiculous. I don't want him.
All right.
Did I go on the air? By the way, my phone ringing?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, great. Yeah, so thanks, Alex Golesh, for your service. You lost 2 of the biggest games in program history this year. So thanks for the 9 wins. Good luck at Arkansas. I hope you do well.
3 hours and 15 minutes for that take. I'm not going to lie.
Well, what did you think? I was going to spit hot fire about Alex Golesh?
I'm not certain who he is, so.
No. Well, now you know. The Arkansas head coach, reportedly. Your weather? Hold on, let me find the read. Sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. Partly cloudy skies. Somebody told me today that there was a 0% chance of rain on his weather app, and then he looked outside and it was raining. So that's odd. But that's
I know, because I'm going up to Tampa tomorrow for Thanksgiving, with our kid, and it's going to be chilly in Tampa Thursday and Friday. Going to be in the 40s.
Look at you.
You're going to be chilly down here in Miami?
Bring your best LL beans.
Oh, that's all I have. Let's see, Friday, low of 59 in Miami.
Wow.
It'll be chilly here too, folks. Bundle up. You like my Thanksgiving style LL Bean today?
It's phenomenal.
Thanksgiving colors.
Does it smell like the diner?
Who loves a little coffee at the diner more than us? So
no one.
Nice. All right, Zach Gelb is going to join us in the next segment from the Infinity Sports Network. I want to talk some college football and Canes with him. Before we get to Gelby, I am a big believer in Atlantic Men's Clinic. If you listen to this show regularly, you probably know that I get my testosterone shot every week. I look forward to it. It has honestly changed my life. And now with the holiday season here, which is full of hustle and bustle and packed with activity, but if your energy's drained and you're not sleeping well and your sex drive is nowhere to be found, it's probably tough to feel festive. Those could be signs of low testosterone. And if that's what's going on, this is your season to take action and get treated. Low testosterone can cause so many problems. Low sex drive, like I said, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and many men just attribute these symptoms to aging. Don't consider there's medical treatments that can give you back your vibrancy. So if you're feeling like that, Time for you to treat that low T and change your life. And Atlantic Men's Clinic, they are the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. So get started by going to atlanticmensclinic.com. You could take the low T quiz right there on the website. It takes a minute. And then schedule a consult if you want. When you're there, they do your lab work. They have your results within 30 minutes. A Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. Atlantic Men's Clinic. Most men wait a year or longer. There's no need to wait. You got 7 locations in South Florida now, including their new office in Hollywood. So call them at 877-455-7300. It's 877-455-7300 or visit atlanticmensclinic.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I can mash potatoes.